Hello, and welcome back to some more Rebuild 3. I was having sort of a toss-up in my head between this and more of Railway Empire, and I decided I want to play more of this. Also, let me just turn that music down a little. Alright. So... Oh, when we left off, we had just moved into Moses. God, the soundtracks in this game are either way louder than I would want them to be, or way quieter than I'd want them to be. But yeah. And just slight adjustment of my mic. Yeah. When we left off, we had arrived at, Moses, a new city on the coast of Moses Lake. And we had met the two factions, the Grainville Riffs and the Last Judgement gang. And we've begun our slow expansion claiming territory here with our team of elites that we brought with us. We just established relations with the two factions. And yeah, we're reclaiming that bank there. Oops. I think our soldiers should go and start covering these areas. We've got a steady income of food and building supplies, and I'm actually going to go and trade. I cannot trade with them. Okay, they do not offer trade. Interesting. They aren't offering open trade. I'm gonna go scavenge over here with my character. And let's just get to it. Oh, well, that's a fantastic start. Dogs attack. Moses was beset by a pack of stray dogs last night. They got under the wall somehow and made a real mess of things, knocking stuff over, getting into our food supplies. Luckily, they didn't get anything before Thomas Babb confronted them, but he got a nasty bite in his arm for his efforts. At least he managed to chase them off. It doesn't look like the bite carried any disease, but he'll need a few days to recover. Alright. Hold on, I'm getting just one thing on this. There we go. Okay. We'll send our strongest to defend first. Or weakest to defend, I mean, so they can get training up. Now, I wouldn't mind pushing toward them, trying to get some of those territories there. So we're gonna get the mall, the workshop, and it's gonna upset the Riffs a lot, but we're gonna take the hospital and the science lab on their border, I think. They're gonna be real upset with that, but I think it's what we're gonna need to do. I'm gonna go ahead and reclaim this myself. You go kill them, and you scout here. Go get that workshop. You go kill them. You empty out that place, and you scout here. God, our builders work fast. Injury healed, fantastic. We can put him back in the farm. He did a good job fighting off the dogs. Actually, no, you go handle that. You handle that. And I'll, for the moment, handle this. There are nine of us now, and our little chunk of Moses is starting to be downright livable. It's almost big enough that we're going to need a proper government to run things. 6 more tiles and we'll be able to build a town hall. You go reclaim that. I'm gonna help there. You save the PlayStation. The PlayStation? The police station? You know, when someone's robbing your home, you gotta call PlayStation. They'll know what to do. Ugh, backed up sewers. You know, it was the little things that we used to take for granted before all this undead business started going down. Things like clean towels, hot coffee, and regular sewer maintenance. This is something I want more apocalyptic games to take into account. Like, I would love it if in Fallout actually, Fallout does have that. Like, backed up, flooded out sewers that are running into the streets. Fallout 4 does, anyway. 76, as far as I've seen, doesn't have that. I want more apocalyptic media. I love post-apocalypse settings. Ooh, I'm gonna go trade with them. Alright, you scout here, you scout here, you scout here. What do you need in particular? We're nearly out of fuel, offered one of the caravan workers. We had a whole shipment coming from another town, but it never showed up. Probably out there somewhere getting picked over by scavengers. I bet the boss would pay nearly double for it. Okay, we're about to start manufacturing ammo. We don't need these. We've got a steady influx of food, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk, hoping that I'm not gonna get to give away all of it. I'm gonna sell 30. Oh, that's not even enough to get the assault rifle. We can get the sniper rifle though, actually. See, let's give them enough food to get that sniper rifle. And you know what? They're about to be really mad at us. So let's do that. Yeah, get their approval up so that we can take the territory and they won't be mad. I've always known Boss Griffin was talented at getting on people's good side, but the time she spent with... hang on. But the time she spent with the Riffs was truly impressive. By the time she was done, they could nearly have believed she had built the CN Tower all by herself. That's right, I forgot my name was Boss Griffin. Ah, they beat us to the buildings! Ah! Alright, we gotta start seriously thinking about where we're expanding toward next now, then. Let's finish reclaiming this and give it to them. At least we got the workstation. We're gonna start producing bullets. And soon that'll be a good trade resource for us. There's a hospital over here that would be nice to get. But it's a bit of a reach to grab it. There's also one over here. I don't think that one would be too bad to get, but how hard... it'd be quite the stretch to get over there. I'm gonna reclaim that police station. Oh yeah, he's good enough to clean that out. Good. God, oh wait! Oh, they didn't claim that! It's just yellow. I thought they had reclaimed that territory. Good thing I noticed. We still got a chance to claim the things we want. Alright, so actually you keep chopping down trees to make sure we got the supplies we need to claim these. Zombie mob spotted. Okay. I think we should... Okay. Oh, fuck. Alright, you're gonna have to pull off that. You go claim that. You're gonna have to pull out of there, and you're gonna have to pull out of there. Alright, and we're gonna have to move in defensive position, not offensive. So can we actually sacrifice me giving the backup? Yes, they can. I doubt they can sacrifice... Wow, they can sacrifice him. Okay, you finish that up. Yeah, the two of them together will handle it. The office wall isn't going to hold. We have to do something. We could tell our guys to fire at anything that moves. We'll use up ammo faster, but more shots means more hits. Or we could set off some of our fuel reserves. Nobody likes running through fire, human or Zed. Let's use extra ammo. Our ammo stores are a bit lighter, but given all the extra holes we put in the zombies, I'm not complaining. I don't like the look of that. Yeah, they're getting ready to attack us, those fucks. Alright, stand and defend against the raid. Alright. And you can start making bullets now. Okay. Convince them that it's okay. There we go. We finished reclaiming the laboratory when Malik from the Riffs came by, banging out our gate and asking us what the hell we're playing at. He seems to think the laboratory is part of their territory and we're trespassing. Apparently, if we don't clear out of here, toot suit, as he put it, we're gonna be in a heck of a lot of trouble. Listen, man. It's okay. It's less zombies for you, it's less zombies for us. Everyone benefits, and there'll be other science labs. We talked to let us have the laboratory, saying we've got their back and all. Malik was a tad mistrusting of us as neighbors, with good reason. But he'll come around once he gets to know us a little better. There we go. And let's see if with my help, we can't take the fight to them. So while they're all doing that, I'm gonna keep zombies off our backs in other areas. And you can go to the lab and start doing some research. Alright, we already have construction. So we could have built our own lab, but I don't like using the construction a lot. It feels a little cheaty in some ways. Let's look into survivor management so we can start leveling people up. That's a terrifying sound. The Last Judgement gang are coming. The Last Judgement gang are coming. The Last Judgement gang are coming. There we go. We can take the risk and defend the building. Somebody may get hurt, but our walls and supplies are worth the added danger. Let our defenders handle it. The Last Judgement raiders made so much noise on their approach that we were ready for them long before they reached the walls. They barely even scratched the paint. And convince them to let us keep the hospital. There we go. Having a level 8 person is really good. Ooh. One of our people is devout now. Alright. So honestly, keeping close borders with people is good because, like, you know, they don't attack us. Well, I mean, they do, but they're not zombies, you know what I mean? It's safer than having zombies in our border. So with that in mind, I'm gonna reclaim this mall. We don't have the building supplies we need. You go chop wood. I'm gonna scavenge the mall. And then start having our fighters get rid of the zombie presence around. We're gonna keep all these bunnies as pets. Yeah, I don't remember if we got this at one of the previous recordings. I found a whole bunch of rabbits digging through one of our farms the other day. They must have been somebody's pets at one point, because they're surprisingly tame. We could just pick them up and throw them in a pot of stew so easily. That's so sad. But yeah, let's keep them as pets. Where are they even? Oh, in the mall! Oh, that makes sense. It's a pet store in the mall. Rabbits for everybody. While not providing any real material benefit, it's hard to beat the feel of a soft rabbit against your face. Nuzzle was a little wubby wabbit, so woo woo. Oh, that's right, scavenging was still low. I probably should have held off on scavenging a little longer. Always thought that Dr. Saint Germain was a quiet sort, but you put her in a church and she starts speaking with a fiery passion that will and true inspire others. Tekaramato, one of the late she's inspired. I have to say, is doing a lot of better for it. Leastwise, we haven't caught him scratching those weird signs in the walls for almost a week now. Boom. Boom. Keep our walls nice and safe. Alright. Not finding any building supplies, which is kind of what I want to find with my scavenging if I can. Alright, and all of you just go and rest now. Hey, you're already up, go handle that. There we go. Survivor management done. And you for the moment go help them. I'm going to get some of the supplies we have stored around there up. And now we've got some people that we can talk to. Kegel and Arikan. I had a chance to talk with Kegel today. I used to take care of the children's section of the main library of our hometown. It was fun taking care of all the kids. I mean, sure, there were tears, fights, and more vomit than you really hope for. But but it's not really that different from what we have to put up with today, right? Bookworm. It makes no sense because they're not an engineer, but I like Bookworm for them. And they're easygoing. Makes sense. This man we've been doing a lot with. Me, I come from a long line of haberdashers. We specialize in the finest headed accoutrements for the discerning lady and gentleman. Our store in the high street had been there for almost 100 years. Okay, so now it's a little more than a large, hatless hole in the ground. But back when it was there, it had class. When the Zed rose, my grandmother refused to leave the store. Said she had been born there, conceived there, and now she was going to die there. Those of our family that were still left railed around her and defended it as best as we could. But plate glass windows make for poor barricades. The Zed tore through our impromptu barrier of ribbons and hat stands. Seeing this, grandmother told me to run as she turned and hobbled her way back to the store kitchen. I was liking it for all I was worth when there was a deafening roar behind me. The building collapsed in itself. I always said it was dangerous keeping the cleaning supplies so close to the old gas stove, but I guess Grandma knew best. Let's make him a handyman. Again, it doesn't make sense considering their job, but I think they'd be a handyman. Working in a hat store. Mission web. Yeah, be friendly, polite, all that jazz. I know. I guess that means chatting. So what you want to know about? My past? I used to be building inspector for one of the local municipalities. See, if buildings were up to code and all that, it was fun. Nothing better than telling a feller off for not keeping the mold off their tenants' walls. They sound like a tough fella. Ooh, we can talk more. The last building I had to check out was particularly ugly. The wallpaper was falling off the walls, the water coming out of the taps was yellow, and the place reeked of rotten eggs. That said, it was the body I found in one of the bathtubs that was the kicker. All green and giving off that sickly sweet smell of disease. I didn't know what to think. It certainly weren't. I certainly weren't worrying about turning my back on it when I went out of the room to call the cops. Redecorator. Again, they're not a builder, but it makes sense. It's what feels right. Alright. So that's everyone talked to. Okay, so next let's... They're getting supplies still, so let's have him go defend this. Have them go defend this. Yeah, you guys keep that up. That's all for now. Just think about what else I would want to do, like, going forward. That place is going to be the next place to build and take, actually. Let's take that before we even take the mall. This is not really a good reason not to. Ooh, we found a golf club. Let's give that to someone. It's a way less good weapon. Yeah, or, no, it's just as good as the pistol. What am I saying? Let's give them the hunting rifle, though. And give... You've got a good weapon. You've got the chainsaw, which is really good, right? Yeah. Maybe we should give it to one of our people who... Yeah, let's give him the golf club. Oh, the pickaxe is already a weapon. I forgot. Who doesn't have a weapon? Hold on, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna... Can I unequip everything from everyone? I'd have to do it manually, one at a time. I'm keeping that because that was the gift from my old friend. Let's give you the doctor's scalpels for your job. We're gonna take this and this away from you for a moment. I want to reassign a little bit of equipment in ways that should hopefully make more sense in who it's all going to, you know? You've already got the best things you can have, right? 3 building. That's 2 to building, or 1 to building, 2 to defense. Let's give him the chainsaw. The chainsaw makes more sense as a building implement. We're gonna take that from you for a moment. You don't need these. Okay. So let's give them this, because that will increase their engineering. There's not really a weapon that increases engineering, so we'll leave them unequipped for the moment. We don't... Yeah, you take the crowbar. But none of these give you better scavving. But let's give him the golf club. We let him have some recreation. We'll give you... Or no, we should give the hunting rifle to this fella. Because he's a good shot. We'll let him keep the bicycle. We'll give her back her cowboy hat. I think I'm gonna just take back Andy's whip again. I mean, I know I'm probably just re-equipping a lot of people with things they already had, but... I wanted to do this. This feels right for me to do. 3. That's 3 defense and recreation. Okay. And then, yeah, let's just give everybody else, like, simple weapons. Just to give them a chance to defend themselves if they need to. If we ever need to call upon everyone in a gathering. We actually have more weapons than we're using right now, which is a nice place to be in. Okay. You defend this, and then boom, boom, and I'll scavenge out over here. No raiding parties on the way. He's reclaiming that. Next day. Jeez, Eric Swift is running around the fort pretending to blow away imaginary Zed with a hunting rifle today. What is he, 5? It won't be long before you request some ammo to go out and shoot some Zed from the walls. Maybe it'll do some good, or maybe it'll just piss the rest of them off if he doesn't do it carefully. What should I tell him when he comes asking? Give him 6 boxes. Let him shoot some zombies. Eric went, ahem, a little nuts with all that ammunition. He sprang down the Zed with Zed in the mall, then started shooting cans, trees, birds, whatever. Nearly blew a hole in Boss Griffin when he was coming back late. Made an enemy there for sure. I mean, him now actually enemies. Yep. Alright, you go defend there, and you guys can rest. Rest, I said. What does the bank actually have? It's just higher defense, right? Yeah, 10 defense and 5 to buildings surrounding it. Oh god, hang on. So if we get the police station, both of these will have 15 defense. That'll be fucking nice. Okay. Yeah. Oh wait, we can go back to researching now. Alright, you go and research power generation. I found a guitar. I think that'll be good for her, right? Yeah, 2 leadership compared to the 1. She's gonna go and sing the campfire song. Alright, next day. Ooh, we'll be able to do some trading soon, nice. You go here, and you go here. So reclaiming that will give us 1 new front. This will actually reduce the overall number of threats we have to deal with if we reclaim that, so I think that's what we're going to push for next. Go chop wood. Actually, chop wood right here. Alright, next day. Okay, and now I'm going to go and try and trade with them. You go kill some Zed here, and you go rest. We heard the sound of some threat forming, but I don't see it. Oops. You keep up your research. Ask if you need anything particular. Fuel still. We could definitely do with the sword. And you know what? And we'll return, we'll sell them a pistol. And a little bit of our ammo. Actually, no, we'll give them a little bit of our food. We'll give them a good bit of food. Again, make them like us a little. Alright. Oh, actually, let's get that materials, too, because we could always use more materials. You know what? We'll give them all of our food stores, because I don't think we're going to have a problem going forward. And a little bit of our ammo, since we are using less guns. Yeah! Okay. Ooh. Was grabbed by Milk during my visit to the Riffs today. Told me that the Last Judgement gang was making it hard to keep the dead in the ground. Everyone of the Riffs cleanup squad in the last week had been hit by the bikers, and they went out as they went after the Zed. Said he had a plan on how to stop the Judgment from attacking everyone, but needed somebody to help get things in place. Agreed to help. Malik did a sort of bow thing, which I tried to do back without much success. He said that that I honored him and asked if I would follow. Malik led me to the back office of his dojo, which was lined wall to wall with all sorts of exotic edged weapons, and I got the impression he knew how to use every one of them. He pulled out a map of the area and pointed out the old Crossroads Mall that the Riffs used to spend their downtime at. If we cleared it of Zed and built a few walls to keep any more coming in, it wouldn't be too hard to lure the Last Judgement in with the promise of the promise of the goods that all the little boutiques still had. And between us and the Riffs, we'd be able to let the air out of the Judgment's tires permanently. Okay. Hey, go reclaim that. Yeah, you get to work on that, and I'll even help you with that. Alright, who would I take the gun from? Oh, I took it from one of the other people, huh? That's two different. Yeah, you got a sword upgrade. You're using a gun that I know is more, yeah. Who do we want to give the cricket bat to? Well, we just sold Adelaide's gun, so they get a cricket bat for entertainment. So the mob of zombies is cutting right through the Riffs territory. So I remember Rebuild 2 had a whole plotline of the Riffs and the Judgment Gang, and it feels like this is just ripped straight from that. Now that we've grown big enough for our people to feel safe inside the walls, some of our old problems are coming back. Survivors are starting to bicker among themselves, complaining about the quality of food, demanding electricity and hot water, and civil rights. It's time we built a city hall and set up a government. Something better than the old pre-infection ones. A system that actually works. City Hall has been added to the list of buildings, yeah. Ooh, hollowed halls. The Crossroad Mall had seen better days. Squirrels climbing out of mannequins. Birds nesting in the rafters. Broken glass and withered plants hung everywhere. Still, hygiene standards hadn't changed much in the food court, even counting the skeletons we found in one of the deep fryers. We spent hours piling junk in front of the doors, boarding up windows, and sweeping glass and zombie giblets out of the halls. The Crossroad Malls is ready for the showdown. We should let the Riffs know everything is ready. We got that done fast. Let's let them know from this angle. I'm getting a little nervous about the Zed closing in. And let's go ahead and reclaim this. Because like I said, this will reduce our overall count of borders that have enemies on them. The one that started it all. Milik bowed and brought down a nasty-looking sword from the portrait of an older man. He explained the man had been the head of the Riffs before Father O'Grady cut his life short. True, it hadn't been wise of his master to take on the Last Judgement alone, but they'd insulted him by refusing to submit to the Rift's protection. So, this whole mess got started when the old master's power play went sour. Malik fingered the blade's edge and stared at the picture, then told me things were already in motion. Both gangs will meet at the mall tomorrow and sort this feud out once and for all. We need a proper city. Yeah. So is that a mission at the mall, or are they just gonna go do that on their own? Either way, let's get a defense ready. Yeah, I cannot handle that myself. Let's go and try and kill that if we can. Next day. Convince them we can keep it. Oh, we can actually pick who we side with here. On the day of the fight, a few of our guys set up on the roof of the mall. We spotted the Granville Riffs wearing plain black uniforms and armed to the teeth with bladed weapons, making their way to one of the side doors. At the same time, it was hard to miss the roar of the Last Judgement's engines as they pulled up to the main entrance, loaded for bear. From our position looking down the skylight onto the two gangs making their way through the dilapidated structure, both sides looked fairly equal in number. It wouldn't take more than a few shots from our guys to change that pretty fast. So the Judgment's already sent a raid after us. The Riffs are our friends. Let's shoot the Last Judgement gang. Even running straight into the line of Judgment Gang's members, the Riffs showed no fear. With a blur of motion and a song of steel as the blades passed through the air into flesh and bone, O'Grady's men began to fall. All the fighting of the Zad must have taught Malik a thing or two about going for the neck, as he moved like a black guillotine through the Last Judgment's ranks, leaving a trail of headless corpses in the wake. Just as things were coming to a head, there was a crash in the front door of the Crossroads Mall. Caved inward, the Zed, probably lured by the noise and smell of blood, came barreling through and fell on both sides. We could either run for our lives and clean up the mall once everyone had finished eating one another, or use what little ammunition we had left to clear our allies a path out of there. We'd probably lose them all, but yeah, they would stand a better chance of surviving the night. Clear the path for them. I sprinted down the fire escape as my guys fired at the approaching horde, hitting the ground at full tilt. I grabbed a crowbar and wrenched the boards off a window near where the two gangs had been butting heads. In seconds, there were the Riffs pouring into the new exit, and we ran like the hounds of hell were on our heels. We could barely breathe by the time we made it to safety, and our hearts were beating so fast. But I think most of us made out there alive. Not so sure about the Last Judgement. We better head over to their base now and finish them off. Alright. Okay, God. Everybody go and defend against that. Yeah, we can't kill it. Oop. You stand defense here. I said you stand defense here. And you go and get to work on building a city hall over here in this rubble. And you know what? I think we're gonna take a short break there. Cut the recording in two. The stream will carry on in just a moment, though. I think that's a very good ending cap for that. So, we'll be right back. If you enjoy this series and you're on Twitch, say so in the ask box or the suggestion box down below, or suggest other games you'd like me to play. If you're enjoying this on YouTube, give it a like, maybe subscribe and ring the bell, and leave comments saying that you enjoy it. If you want me to do other series, say so in the comments. You can also message me on Tumblr if you'd like to see certain content in particular. I respond to every comment I receive on YouTube. I look at everything that comes into my Tumblr inbox. I'm always active on all three of these sites, so you can always try and contact me. Currently, what I'm playing is based off what I feel like playing, what my friends suggest, and what videos are getting the most likes and views on YouTube. But that could always change from your input. We'll be right back.